Here's another misconception about college majors and how to choose them. If you go, and I hear that a lot, and actually every professor, every college professor hears that a lot, too many times to count. Sadly, it sounds interesting. What sounds interesting to you? Right? Because imagine this scenario. You personally are the professor of a super interesting topic. Pick one, whatever it is. And it's called fantastically. And so basically, because it sounds so interesting, let's say 50 people enroll, 50 students enroll. Great. What do? At first, right, you try to explain and entice them in stories and anecdotes, etc., etc. Like, everybody's there because it's so fantastic, right? But then, a week, 2 weeks into your very interesting topic, maybe there's 2, 3, 5 who light up, who participate, who ask questions, who have something to say. And all the rest, they're like slouching in their seat, watching everything but what you have to say. Watching the time. Oh my God, so much longer. Oh, come on. They're just warming a seat. They thought it was interesting, but they didn't know what was interesting to them. So what happens to you, the professor? You get demotivated because, yes, you talk to 2, 3, 4, 5 students, but out of 50, that's a lot of demotivation there. And you have tried, you have told them, look, it's like that and this and that. Nothing. But you know, the worst part is for the students who have come because it sounded interesting. They will be on the losing end every single time. I had such a student. 2 years ago. She was in her third year of conference interpreting, failing repeatedly, so she came to sit an exam with me. An exam, a first year and a second year exam. She failed like you wouldn't believe it. In the winter semester, she failed in the summer semester, and she was basically about to graduate, theoretically. But there was nothing for me to go on to pass her. And so I asked, why conference interpreting? The answer, you guessed it. It sounded interesting, and I heard you could make a lot of money. It floored me. For few seconds, I had absolutely nothing, no thoughts. I was blank. And then I sat down and explained to her this very simple math. It's very simple. It has to be interesting to you. So you have to have an interest, a vested interest in that thing, in that major you think you want to pursue. Then you make all the money. If you're good. And not just good enough. Excellent. Exceptional. Good enough. And she wouldn't make any money in conference interpreting because she could not do it. Would you pay for someone to do something for you that they can't do? No, you go to the best. You go to the best car mechanic because it's your car. You go to the best doctor because it's your health. You go to the best professor because it's your knowledge. You go to the best, you name it. You never go to the worst. You don't even go to the good enough. Do you? So then last year again, she failed. She didn't graduate, obviously. And again, she was like, oh, but I'm not doing conference interpreting. Yes, of course you're not doing conference interpreting, but I cannot pass you. You don't have the knowledge. You think college professor will just tire of you and let you pass? That happens. But do you have the time? I mean, there's this other video about the misconception about time. I have time. You don't have time. Really, you don't have time. Especially not in this day and age, and especially not when you're not prepared. So she thought she had time. Oh yeah, excellent. So really know what you're getting yourself into, okay? Because it's not so simple. It's like they say, if I don't know is what you want, guess what? I don't know is exactly what you'll get, without fail, every single time. So really, it pays to come prepared. Okay? So this student of mine, I think, I haven't seen her yet, but I think she's still here. 3 years after she was due to graduate. Because she couldn't. It just sounded interesting, but she couldn't back it up with nothing. There was nothing behind her. No knowledge. No nothing. No actual interest. So it sounds interesting is the thing, the answer that I think every college professor hates most. Because it's an indicative of this student will not perform. He or she will not be at their best because they don't know what their best is. So, like I said, we choose majors. We don't find them because they sound interesting. No. You have to be interesting and interested in 1, 2, 3, but not 4 and 5, but 6, etc. So you can find a common denominator of your interests, and that translates into a major that you can find interesting. So I'm not saying nothing is interesting. Yes, but just know what. That's all I had to say about it. Sounds interesting. It always amazes me. But ask me your questions. See what else we can talk about in terms of college majors. This is what I do, and I want to help you. Also, I want to help universities and colleges become really packed with the right students for them. And I want you to choose a college major and a college that is perfect for you. That's my only goal. Okay, I'll see you then.